I think it's kind of like a dream scene when I see the elephants, the elephant families, they're playing, eating things, and we're all recording with our phones. And it's really excited to see that.
There's a lot of emotions just going on, and I feel the peace, and rarely I feel peace in some environment, and in South Africa I feel it. And when you look at the sky at night, it's just beautiful, just beautiful.
It's really amazing because I've never seen so many animals in such a short time. Like one day I've seen lions, rhinos, antelope and other animals. That's really amazing.
The students and their accompanying professors had the unique opportunity to come into the park and essentially within a very short visit, all of 4 or 5 days, get enough exposure to all the dynamics that involve rhino conservation in what is essentially the birthplace of the rhino here in Ezemvelo Park. So there was unique relevance in terms of them understanding what is the significance, why is South Africa, why is the rest of the world so concerned about rhino conservation, rhino poaching, and they were afforded the opportunity to speak to people who've been involved in that for many years and to understand the significance of that on a global scale, at source here in this park. They have then a unique appreciation of why the work that they're doing as students in China and what impact that would have in terms of helping secure the birthplace of rhino here in South Africa.
For 2 years we've had fantastic ideas and efforts by students who are exploring a new territory which they're not used to working in, which has to do with the environment and protection of our nature and conservation of animals.
The main product we have is a series of bookmarks, so people can find the bookmarks in the bookstores, and they can do some little handworks with it and then scan it to get more information.
We have tested some of our prototypes to a few persons, and they just gave us some feedback like, wow, they didn't know that rhinos are poaching in Africa, and they are willing to make a change.
One rhino was killed while we were here, so to have a chance to see this at closer range is very emotional, and our students were deeply affected by this, and me too. It's always terrible to see the havoc that is created by people.
It's just sad. It's so sad. Sorry. Yeah, the emotion you got, it's not really like when you Google it. We do the research that we have a lot of information on dead rhinos, how they are being killed by the poachers. But it's just really different when you see it in the wild. It's just, they are just so vulnerable that I think it is, it's a shame for me to just being one of the human beings that we cannot protect them.
When they are lying there, you know that your project is an urgent one. We really have to do it now.
You could see them, I call it awakening, in terms of just having a deeper appreciation for it. So out of something very negative, which is rhino poaching, we have new conservation ambassadors. Some of the ideas they've shared is also quite unique because they have a very pure way of now looking at things, whereas we're tainted by years of conservation discipline, and here are people that are just looking at it with fresh eyes and saying, but can't we do this? Can't we do it that way? And that's unique. One of the things it does is break down any of the misnomers or misperception around the practices of Chinese people. Here we have people who are very knowledgeable in terms of what their society respond to, taking interest in a subject that is otherwise very distant or very remote to them, but doing so in such a professional manner that you have to be impressed.
I was very, very happy to see that people from China that are taking the initiative to change the perception, and then more especially focusing on the youth. I mean, if you want to do the real investment, then that's where you go to the youth.
We tend to get so blinkered in our approach and what we do on the game reserves, focusing so much on the activities at hand. You lose perspective on what's really happening out there. You get the perspective that you are fighting this battle on your own. And then coming out here and seeing other people's perspectives and seeing how they are holistically trying to address the problem is really encouraging.
China is actually a place where people are also involved in trying to resolve this problem. It isn't just a place where the rhino horns are disappearing.